Hey there, Aries. I hope you're doing well today. Welcome to your reading. Something never sat right with you about that whole stretch, and I have to put it on the table right now. Sit still for a second, hands down, breath low, fully present with me on this. This passage is sharper than the others tonight. You did not land on this video by chance. You were pulled here on purpose, because there is something specific I have to tell you, and it is going to land hard. What is coming through right now is sharp, almost cold to deliver, but it has to come out anyway. I am being shown a woman sitting alone at a table, working out exactly how to come against you. She plotted, she calculated, she moved against you in ways you never saw coming at the time. What Spirit wants you to hear is this. She is in serious trouble right now. Not surface trouble, not the kind that passes, the kind that sits inside her chest and will not leave. The picture is sharp, the cards are pointing the same direction, the words match the image perfectly. Listen carefully, this part matters more than you think. The Seven of Swords surfaces the exact afternoon she sat down and chose against you with full intention. It pulls back the scene, her at a table, alone with her thoughts, plotting out the moves. The image is ugly, and the cards are not softening it for you tonight. She knew what she was doing the entire time. That is the part that lands hardest when it surfaces. The moon brings forward the entire stretch of time when something felt off in the air around you constantly. You could not name it then. You could only feel it sitting low in your gut. Your body was already reading her clearly, long before your head could explain what it was actually reading. That whisper you kept dismissing, that pull-away feeling, that small no inside you, was correct. Your gut was right the whole time about her. The Page of Swords surfaces all the conversations and side meetings you were never invited into the room for. The texts, the side meetings, the small comments dropped into the right ears at the right time. Words designed to shape how people looked at you, said with a smile that hid the blade. She did it carefully. She did it patiently. She made the whole thing look like genuine concern to other people. She built her position by undercutting yours quietly. I know your head is about to do the loop it always does in moments like this one. It will ask, am I making this up? Am I projecting? Is this just my own hope speaking right now? That doubt is normal. Almost everybody hits it when something this exact and this specific lands clearly. The picture is consistent. The cards are not contradicting each other. The story holds tight under pressure. This is not theory or projection on my part right now. She built her position on the cracks she had quietly made in yours over time, week by week. The cracks are now sitting inside her own foundation, widening by the day. The plan she built against you is the same plan now collapsing underneath her own feet. You have not seen her collapse out loud, and that is the part that has confused you most. Because if karma is real, you have been waiting for the proof to show up in public view. The proof is happening. It is just not happening in a place where your eyes can reach it yet. The consequences are eating her from the inside, not the outside, and not yet visible to the rest of the world. She is sitting inside her own head, watching her plan rot from the inside out slowly, week by week. Karma does not announce itself when it arrives. What you are picking up is the inside of her crisis, not just the outside performance. The hum around her name has changed. The room feels different when she walks in. The air is colder. People are quietly stepping back from her one by one, and she can feel every single step they take. She does not have the words for it yet, but her body knows the ground is moving under her feet. The mask is slipping, slowly but steadily, week by week. What you are feeling right now is not paranoia or imagination on your part. The cards are naming a pattern you have always sensed in your body, even when you tried to ignore it. The reason nothing visible has happened to her yet is because the unraveling is happening internally first. This is how real karma actually works. Not in headlines, not in scenes, but inside the person who set the trap. What you cannot see from where you sit is what is happening inside her head right now. She is not sleeping the way she used to sleep. Her nights have become long, her thoughts sharp, her mind racing. The body she used to carry confidently is starting to wear the weight of what she chose. The Nine of Swords surfaces the exact image she sees the second she finally closes her eyes at night. It is the scene she will not admit to herself, the moment she chose against you. It plays on loop, the conversation, the calculated move, the step she took with full awareness. She wakes at the same hour every night, and the picture is already waiting for her in the dark. The image does not soften with time, it has only become sharper. She tells herself she had reasons, plenty of them stored up. She had justifications, she had stories that made the whole thing feel acceptable inside her own head. The stories are thinning, the reasons are weakening, the justifications are not holding up anymore. What used to sound clean in her head now sounds thin even to her own ears when she rehearses it. She can hear the holes in her own logic, and it is changing the way she walks into rooms. The Four of Cups surfaces the moment she finally got what she thought she wanted from all of this. The memory she keeps returning to is how empty it felt the second she actually had it in her hands. She had pictured the win, she had imagined satisfaction, she had not pictured this hollow feeling. The cup was supposed to feel full when she finally drank from it. The cup feels strangely empty in her grip, and she cannot understand why it is not satisfying. What she actually feels now is a slow dread, sitting underneath everything she does. It is there when she wakes, when she eats, when she walks into rooms she used to own. It does not lift, it does not pass. It sits in her chest like weight she cannot name. She has tried to outrun it with noise, people, distraction. The dread is patient, and it follows her everywhere she goes without asking permission first. The Tower surfaces the first specific moment she felt the ground tilt underneath her own feet without warning. She remembers the date, she remembers the room, she remembers the small comment that started the slide. It was the moment she realized her plan had a crack she had never accounted for at all. From that moment forward, the cracks have been multiplying steadily. Every crack opens onto another, until the whole structure starts to shake softly underneath her. She has tried to patch the cracks, control them, charm her way back into the safety she once had. The patches are not holding, the control is slipping, the charm is not working on people anymore. People who used to take her calls are slower to answer now. People who used to defend her change the subject when her name comes up. She can feel the temperature in every room dropping a little, every single week that passes. Inside her head, there is a voice she cannot turn off, naming what she did over and over. It does not let her sleep. It does not let her rest. It does not let her be alone with herself. She is starting to dread the silence, because the silence is when the voice gets the loudest. The voice is hers, but she does not recognize it anymore. It sounds like the part of her she spent years pretending was not there at all. She tries to drown it with work, attention, new schemes she is already running in her head. The new schemes feel weaker, smaller, less likely to land than the last one did for her. She is losing her own faith in herself, and that is the part nobody else can see from outside. The confidence she used to weaponize is no longer fully there when she reaches for it. This is the inner world you have been sensing without being able to see it from outside the room. This is what Spirit was pointing toward when it said she is in serious trouble right now. Not trouble that other people are putting on her, trouble she is doing to herself, daily and hourly. The plot has become the prison she cannot walk out of. She is the only one inside it, and she does not yet have the key to leave. She thinks about you more than she will ever admit to anyone in her life right now. Your name comes into her head at strange hours, unprompted, unwelcome, impossible to push away. She is not thinking about you with affection. She is thinking about you with a quiet kind of fear. Because somewhere inside her, she knows you are exactly where she tried to keep you from being. Something has started moving toward her that she did not start and cannot stop now. The wheel she set in motion against you is now turning fully on her instead of you. Listen carefully, because this is the part she did not see coming at her. The current that was running quietly underneath the whole story is now picking up real speed. What sat in the background has stepped forward, fast. The Justice card surfaces every small moment when the scales were quietly tipped against you in private rooms over time. Each moment has been weighed, each kept on record by something larger than her. The weighing is finally happening out in the open, where she cannot hide from it anymore. The scales do not care about her story. They only care about what was actually done in the dark. Justice does not arrive with noise or warning bells. It arrives with precision, with timing, with a quiet kind of finality she cannot argue against. The verdict has already been written. It is only the delivery that is still in motion right now. The current under her feet has reversed direction. It is pulling her the other way now, against the same force she once used to her advantage. What she once thought was the floor underneath her is now the ceiling pressing down on her head. It does not negotiate. It does not soften its findings. The Eight of Wands surfaces every rumor and message and piece of truth that has been flying for weeks. They have been moving fast through rooms she is not in, into ears she did not get to reach first. The arrows are in the air, and they are pointed precisely where she fears them most right now. What used to take months to surface is now arriving in days. What used to stay buried is coming up clearly now. The speed is the part she did not prepare for at all. She built her plan around slow time, around quiet time, around the time she thought she controlled. That time is gone now, and the new time is moving faster than her old plan can keep up with. The arrows fly. They do not pause to ask her for permission. The Five of Pentacles surfaces every door she once walked through with confidence and ease. It surfaces the exact moment those same doors started closing quietly against her without warning. She has noticed. She has felt it. She has not admitted it to herself out loud yet. The rooms she used to walk into easily now require a second knock at the door. The people who used to clear space for her now find themselves busy when she arrives. She is standing outside, in a cold she did not used to feel, and the door is no longer hers to open. What is coming for her is closer than it was a week ago at this same hour. What is coming for her is closer than it was yesterday morning when she opened her eyes. What is coming for her is closer than it was an hour ago, and the gap shrinks by the minute now. She can feel the approach without being able to name what is approaching her. Her body knows before her mind will let her admit it out loud to anyone in her life. The pieces are falling into place at a speed she cannot match or slow down anymore. Conversations she did not control are happening at the same time, in different rooms, against her. The picture other people are forming of her is being painted from outside her reach now. She used to control the story she lived inside. She used to control the angle. She used to control the room she walked into with full confidence. She controls none of those things anymore, and she can feel the control slipping by the hour. The pieces are not random. The pieces are converging on her with a kind of precision. It is not chaos closing in, it is order, the slow arrival of the consequence she built herself. The trap she set has the exact shape of her own footprint pressed into it for everyone to see clearly. This is what Spirit means when it says she is in serious trouble right now. Not theoretical trouble, not symbolic trouble. Actual, specific trouble, closing in from several directions. The cards are not exaggerating. They are naming what is already in motion against her, quietly. She has run out of the time she did not know she was running out of all along. The countdown is no longer hers to read or pause. The convergence is happening at a pace she cannot intercept or redirect anymore. Every single move she makes to slow it down somehow only seems to bring it closer to her own door, faster. Every word she says in her own defense seems to confirm something she did not want to confirm. She is watching her own hands accidentally hand the proof to the people who need it most. The fall has started, and it is not stopping where she thought it would stop. One thing brings down the next, and the next brings down the one after that. This is the part where cascade becomes the only word for what is actually happening to her now. Boom, the first piece is already falling onto the next one beside it. The dominoes are falling clean, in order, one onto the next. The Ten of Swords surfaces every small overreach she ever made against another person across her years. Each blade in the card is one of those overreaches, returning to where it was originally fired from. The card does not soften the picture. It does not negotiate the Count of Swords visible to her now. The picture is what it is. The count is what it is. The cost is what it is for her now. Boom, that is the floor giving way underneath her feet. Boom, that is the structure she built quietly collapsing onto her own head right now. There is no version of this where she walks out clean. What lands first is the small consequence she could have dismissed if it had come alone to her door. It does not come alone. It brings the next one, and the next one, and the one after that. The cascade is not slowing. It is speeding up the longer it goes on its way down the line. Each consequence opens a door for the next consequence to walk through directly behind it. She is watching the pieces hit the floor, faster than she can pick any of them back up. Her own plan has become her own undoing. The Hermit surfaces every moment she chose isolation over correction across the last several years. Every time she could have stopped, could have apologized, could have undone what she set in motion. Each of those moments now sits beside her in the dark, watching her sit alone with the result. She is the hermit now, but not the wise version of it. She is alone with the lamp pointing inward, at the truth she does not want to look at. The light she once chose has become the light she cannot turn off anymore at will. Here is the part you need to hear about yourself, not about her. You do not need to chase any of this. You do not need to confront her about it at all. You do not need to make sure she knows you know. You do not need to deliver the news yourself. The cards are doing the work. The consequences are doing the work. Time is doing the work for you. Your job is to stay where you are. Do not call, do not text, do not engage. The trap she set required your participation, and your absence is the part that lets it close on her. Boom, your silence is the consequence she did not plan for in any version. Stillness is your weapon now, not your weakness or absence. The Six of Swords surfaces every step you have already taken away from this situation, quietly. You have been moving forward for longer than you know, on a river that was carrying you the right way. You did not see the movement because you were inside it, and the current was quiet underneath you. The distance is real. The distance is growing. The distance is the protection from her now. Every day that passes carries you further from her reach and closer to where you actually belong now. You are not running. You are not escaping. You are simply moving where the current was already taking you. This is the moment. This is the passage. This is the point you are about to feel in your chest. She is falling. You are rising. And the gap between you is widening by the day. Boom. That is the picture Spirit wants you to hold on to in your mind from here on. Not revenge, not satisfaction, just the quiet truth that the wheel has finished turning her way. Not loud, not dramatic, not for show, just precise, structural, and final in its arrival. The room you are sitting in right now is on the other side of the situation she is trapped inside. You are in your body. You are in your life. You are in the direction you actually wanted to head. She is in the room she built herself, without knowing it would become her prison. You walked out of that room a long time ago, even if you did not realize it yet. The door behind you closed, and the lock turned, and the air on this side is different. The cascade is hers. The silence around her is hers. The room without exit is hers alone now. The clarity is yours. The movement is yours. The river that carries you forward is yours too. Boom. That is the line Spirit wants drawn between the two of you from here forward. The line is already drawn, and it cannot be unmade by anything she tries from this point on. What stays with you after all this finishes closing on her is the part that matters most now. This is what you take with you. This is what becomes yours. This is what cannot be undone going forward. The reading is turning toward you, away from her, toward the ground you stand on cleanly now. The star surfaces every moment in your life when something tried to take you down and could not. It surfaces the memory of every fall you have already gotten up from on your own, quietly. You have been here before, and you survived that one too. You are the one with the water and the sky tonight. The light is yours, the water is yours, the open ground is yours from this point forward. What is happening to her is not happening to you. The card shows the bath, the water flowing, the sky open above you tonight. What changes from here forward is specific, and the cards want to name it clearly for you tonight. You become the one who does not need to be told twice when something feels wrong in a room. You become the one who trusts the small no in your body when it shows up quietly early on. You become the one who does not stay in rooms that are quietly working against you anymore. You become the one who walks out when the air feels off. You become the one who reads the temperature of a room before the room can read you back clearly. You become the one who keeps your circle small, intentional, and trustworthy from this point on. The Nine of Pentacles surfaces every quiet investment you have made in yourself across the years. Every choice to keep going, every choice to stay decent, every choice to keep building when no one was watching. That investment is now your garden, and you are standing inside it with your own two hands. The garden is yours alone, and that is not a punishment. That is the proof of what you built. You do not need her permission for any of this. You stand on ground you bought with your own quiet years. Stay still in your body. Stay close to your breath. Stay near the people who already see you clearly. Do not chase the news of her fall. You do not need to witness it directly to know it is happening to her right now. Do not check on her. Do not look her up. Do not let curiosity pull you back into her current. Stay in your room. Stay on your river. Stay where the air is finally clean. Your attention is the last thing she has access to, and it is the first thing you are taking back. Something never sat right with you about that stretch, and now you have the full picture of why. The reading is closing, but the work the cards started is continuing inside you long after I stop talking. This is a pause, not a disappearance. What was named here keeps working on you through the week. The picture will keep sharpening, the protection will keep building, the distance will keep growing on its own. You do not have to do anything to make this real. It is already real, and it is already happening on its own time, not yours. The cards across this reading were Seven of Swords, Moon, Page of Swords, naming the plotting clearly. Nine of Swords, Four of Cups, Tower, named the inside of her current crisis without softening it once. Justice, Eight of Wands, Five of Pentacles, named the convergence moving against her with precision. Ten of Swords, Hermit, Six of Swords, named the cascade and your own quiet passage to clean ground. The Star and Nine of Pentacles named what stays with you tonight, healing and your own garden. Return to this picture whenever you need to remember what you heard. If this reading reached you somewhere it needed to reach, drop a comment so I know you are here. Hit the like button so this reading reaches the next person who needs to hear what you heard. Subscribe if you have not already, because more readings are coming and you do not want to miss the next. The comments are where the real conversation happens. Tell me in the comments where this one landed for you specifically and what hit hardest. You are protected. You are guided. You are exactly where you need to be in this moment of your life. The wheel has turned, the picture is clear, the air on this side is finally yours. You did not deserve what she did to you, and you do not have to carry it for one more day. Carry the lesson, carry the protection, carry the knowing, and leave the rest of it with her.